We have selected one of today's graduates to speak about her experiences at National Louis University. Jasmine Adams will be receiving her Master's of Education today. Jasmine was born and raised on the south side of Chicago and decided to pursue education after she saw how educational inequality affected the life and opportunities for African American adults and students. She received a prestigious Posse Scholarship, which granted her full tuition to attend Oberlin College. She received a bachelor's in sociology with a focus in urban violence and a minor in African American studies. She originally planned to attend graduate school for sociology, but was drawn home to a teaching career in Chicago after tutoring many young students from the Oberlin community. She strives to motivate students to dream of a life with no limits or boundaries, and then to develop the skills to make those dreams a reality. As an African American student who attended public school in neighborhoods similar to where her students live, Jasmine has been driven to become a dedicated educator. She strives to impact the lives of her students like those educators who inspired her. Jasmine was an undergraduate researcher through the Mellon Mays Undergraduate Fellowship and was able to conduct sociological research focusing on the question, how does social, economic, and structural violence contribute to increases in Chicago's gun violence? Today, she is receiving her master's in elementary education and plans to continue her commitment to this work. Having successfully completed the Academy for Urban School Leadership residency, she will be a fourth grade teacher this fall. Jasmine's commitment, passion, and respect for her community exemplifies the NLU mission. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Jasmine Adams.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jasmine Adams, and I am your 2017 commencement speaker. When asked who wanted to speak at our graduation, I honestly had no intent to apply because I was so nervous to actually get in front of a crowd and speak, unless it was arguing in class. One of my friends called me as soon as she got the nomination email and told me she was going to nominate me and that I better apply because she was confident that I could do it. So here I am. Thank you so much, Brianna, for your support throughout this experience because I could not have done it without you. I also want to thank Professor Janet Lorch. She is one of the most inspirational professors I have had during my time at National Louis, and I would not be here without her guidance and recommendation. Last but not least, I want to thank Professor Rick Wade. He was one of my first professors I had at the beginning of my graduate program, and he honestly changed my life. He showed me how to connect my experiences to the reason that I am in this program and have decided to be a teacher. And he also helped me believe in the fact that I could actually make it through. As I sat at my computer and thought about what I wanted to say, I was stumped. How does one inspire people that they may or may not know? Then it came to me. I can inspire others by speaking about what I know and who I love, which are all parts of my life that have helped me to get to where I am today. Therefore, I am going to tell you all a story. One evening in the 104,000th block of South Wentworth, a young man sat in his car. He had just picked up a tuxedo because he was planning on taking his next-door neighbor, who could not find a prom date, to prom the next day. He was 5 foot 11 inches tall, had sandy brown hair and hazel eyes. He loved a girl named Jessica and had a 2-year-old daughter named Sky. He was loving, kind, and caring. It was on this night that someone chose to take his life. At 8:08 p.m., bullets rang through his vehicle, one piercing his head and another piercing his heart. 30 seconds later, he died. This young man was my brother. The girl he loved was my little sister, and the daughter that they had together was my niece. He was a part of my family, had a place in my heart, and when I got the opportunity to speak at this graduation, I knew that I had to incorporate who he was and the legacy he left into this speech. He was a bright young man who had decided that he would not let the circumstances of his life nor the community he was born into define who he could and could not be. He is an example in my life of the wonderful people who have helped me get to this point. He was a part of my community, and he is one of the reasons that I am here today. Since I was a young child, I always knew that no matter where I went in life or the level of education and opportunities that I received, I would always come home. I understood that I owed it to the people and places who have helped me develop into who I am. I owe it to the city and neighborhood that taught me how to walk quickly so you don't get smushed in the crowd, how to always tell people that we have the best hot dogs and pizza, and to always carry a scarf, umbrella, and swimsuit at the same time because you never know what the weather will be. This city and my neighborhood helped me to get to where I am today. The people, places, languages, customs, cultures, and experiences that we pick up and carry throughout our life become our community. Communities motivate us to do the work, so here I am today, and I will be talking to you about community. The great Cesar Chavez once said, "We cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about progress and prosperity for our community. Our ambitions must be broad enough to include the aspirations and needs of others, for their sakes and for our own." I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago. This is my community. Growing up on the south side, I oftentimes saw my community and the people in it being portrayed a particular way. However, to me, it was just home. Sometimes when I would tell people where I would come from, they would say, "Ooh, is it as bad as they say it is?" Or unintentionally show me their feelings on their faces. Thank God I had a mother who always taught me to believe that I can be anything and to believe that I can do anything that I set my mind to. She taught me how to take what I was given and my experiences to make me stronger. She is my community. I also had two sisters who supported me through every step of my journey and showed me what it means to be loved, challenged, and nurtured through the rough times, not to mention very irritated. They are my community. The communities that I grew up in and were able to be a part of helped me to develop grit, perseverance, and most of all, gratefulness for those spaces. My community supported me through every step of school, which allowed me to graduate at the top of my high school class, that allowed me to receive a full posse scholarship to Oberlin College. Going to college with people from different states and countries showed me that community does not mean who you know, who you look like, or even who has the same beliefs as you. It is the people that help you grow, challenge you, hurt you, love you, and allow you to fall time and time again before you finally succeed. Many of you are from Chicago, and some of you are from California, Arkansas, New York, or even other countries in the world, and you carry with you the lessons, trials, and triumphs from your community. Some of you may not have had the experiences of a community, but we are all here on this day of our graduation, ready to take the next step of our lives together, and that makes us a community. Some of us know one another, and some of us do not, but at this very moment, until the end of this ceremony, we are all one community. I chose to attend National Louis University because it is a school that is dedicated to diversity and service. From our professors to our classmates to the staff who work here, we are all diverse individuals who are dedicated to doing the work. We all chose the field of education, which is one of the most selfless fields, because we are dedicated to wanting students to understand that they have a never-ending community. Take a second to think. How many of you can think of someone from your educational journey who has impacted your life? It can be a professor, teacher, lunch lady, office clerk, janitor, psychologist, counselor, anyone. This is why we are here. We have all decided that we are going to accomplish the goal of bettering the lives of children. No matter what aspect of education you have decided to go in, you are going to impact the lives of a diverse group of students. And in a time where there has been a talk of budget cuts, of allowing differences to be used as a weapon, or where people are looking for hope, we are going to be the example of hope for not only our students, but for their parents and for all of those with whom we interact. We are going to become part of another community of people. You chose this prestigious institution, and you chose the city of Chicago, which means you are dedicated to diversity and service, but it also means that you are someone who has learned what this city needs and are willing to step up and fill the void. I am a part of the AUSL program. The program I work for works hard to ensure that all students, regardless of race, class, or neighborhood, is able to receive a quality education and that the teachers who interact with them daily truly care. In a short amount of time, a large group of young students will fill the seats in your classroom. At that moment, we will be in charge of shaping young minds, hearts, and spirits. We will be tasked in showing them what it is like to be excited to learn, but also what it is like to come from the same backgrounds that they come from and still be able to succeed. The young boy who I spoke about at the beginning of the speech will have the same life as some of our students. Many of our students have lives that are hard, but they will bring a level of perseverance, honesty, and a thirst for learning that will motivate you every day to be the best teacher. Some of our students may not make it to high school or college, but it is our job as teachers to be the smile that they see every day, the shoulder that they can cry on, the push that they need to make it through, and the affirming word to let them know that they matter. We, as people dedicated to doing the work in the field of education, will be in charge of young minds for the most of the day, and therefore, it is also our job to ensure that these students know that when they come into the school building, that their thoughts and ideas are cherished and valued, and that they are a crucial part of the communities that we hope to build with them. Choosing Chicago as a city to work in means that you understand the importance and impact that those in education make. You will be the one who teaches a student how to dream, how to hope, how to think outside of themselves, how to develop empathy for others, how to accept their uniqueness. You will also be the one who teaches them the difference between there, and there, what 1 times 2 is, and that it is okay to feel defeated sometimes as long as you keep going, and that love, honesty, and hard work will get you far in life. We are here in this very moment, June 24th, 2017, and some child is awaiting the day that they can go to school. They are awaiting the day where they can have a meal and a smile, meet new friends, but also just to be safe indoors. They are awaiting the day where they can feel safe and affirmed to ask questions and to be wrong, understanding that that is all a part of growing. And here we are, making the ultimate dedication to those students receiving our degrees in a field that will be the most difficult, rewarding, fulfilling field that anyone can go into. Here we are, a room of individuals dedicated to the work regardless of our own race, class, creed, or religion. Here we are as one community. I have come to learn that community is not always who you've known the longest, who looks like you, or who is from where you are from. It is the people and experiences that you pick up on this journey called life, the ones that break us, make us, challenge us, and help us grow. Today, we are sitting together as one community, ready to take the next step. And when we turn our tassels, finally, we will become part of a new community, one in which we will choose who we want to be and how we want to impact others in order to make this world a better place. So I will leave you with this one lingering question. What kind of community do you want to help shape and build? Thank you.